Sarah, you sent me a tweet about the Undertaker. It was on his podcast. You said that
Mhm.
he said this
Mhm.
6 feet under
Mhm.
that his Mount Rushmore of entrances were Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Kane, and the Road Warriors.
Excluding
That
himself also.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, we're not. All right. Well, I'm not. Okay. Spoiler,
Mhm.
we're giving our Mount Rushmore of entrances, and I'm gonna just spoil the party here and say one of mine, we'll call him the George Washington head, is absolutely the Undertaker. There's no entrance better in wrestling that I can think of. From the gong to the theatrics of him walking out and it taking a 3 hour, 3.5 hours to do.
Mhm.
I mean, and then the smoke, the lights, even when when he would remove the cap and he would do the eyes, and then into the eyes, the lights would come on. Like, it just, every detail hit. Um, and then going off of that, I have to put the Brood. I have to put the Brood. I'm still
I
thinking
would
about the other two.
I would say there's an argument to be made about the Undertaker. Like I never loved the dead man gimmick. I just wasn't a fan of the Undertaker. He just again,
You
nothing I
you knew ball, but it wasn't. You didn't attach. You weren't attached
no.
to it.
No, like I knew he was going to have a good match and whatever, but I wasn't like rooting for him or like buying his merch. But what I'm going to say is I think there's an argument to be made that you could when we're talking about entrances and the best ones of all time, you could include the American Badass era of his entrances. There's an argument to be made that him rolling out on a motorcycle every night was pretty badass. And it's completely different than the dead man entrance, obviously. But that's the motorcycle in Limp Bizkit, obviously, which I think ended up
Oh,
being Kid Rock eventually.
it was flip it. It
Okay,
was Kid
whatever.
Rock, then Limp Bizkit.
um that's still pretty iconic, you know, like if
Yes.
anyone else comes out on the, I mean, we Baron Corbin came out on a motorcycle not that long ago
Yeah,
and we were
Baron
like, oh, he's
Corbin.
channeling the Undertaker, you know, like you associate
Exactly.
that with the Undertaker. So I would say that like if we're talking about longevity, it goes his entrances go beyond just the dead man. So I would put him on there even if I wasn't like a big fan. But I would agree with Undertaker on Triple H because I think Triple H, hands down, I would almost. I haven't really sat there and like super thought about it, but I really consider Triple H to possibly have the greatest entrance music of all time, like hands down. Like, and so I think his entrance music and when he had his entrances doesn't. It could just be a casual Monday Night Raw. When you hear that music, the lights go out and the green lights, whatever the water, that is Triple H. Why do you think fans still demand he does that shit, even though he's been retired for how many years? You
However
know,
long.
like
Yeah.
that's iconic. I would also agree with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
That's my second one. You just
yeah,
took my I mean,
the
when the glass shatters,
yes,
the crowd erupts.
and that
And
vibe of the way he walks out all pissed off, talking shit the whole way down. Come on,
it's
it's
so
like
good.
when you see any wrestler coming out and like talking shit as they're coming out, which I always remember because LA Knight does it, I automatically think of Stone Cold. Like, so again, that's like another legendary part of why his entrance is one of the best, I would say. Um, but for
I put
another
the
one, like if
Brood.
I was gonna pick a fourth, I don't know. Um,
My fourth, because I think I'll give the Brood. I'll give the Brood
I would have to
their
think
second
about
spot. So
who the
I got Taker, I got the Brood, I got Stone Cold, and I'll finish with the Shield. The Shield entrance
oh yeah,
coming out of the crowd, Echo, Lima,
Sierra
India.
Hotel, India Echo
I
Lima
can't
Delta.
spell, okay? But
Obviously.
that, and then Shield did it, and then they come through the crowd, and then Rollins, when he did it, the flip over into the somersault, like it just, talk about aura. They
I
had it
know. I know. Yeah, that
easily.
one is, and no one, yeah, that's not something that anyone's done again. So, um
No,
and the
really.
thing is
I
it was
mean, Jey
like,
Uso, why did he come from the crowd?
well, now, but it's not the same. It's like kind of theatrical, but not really, because it was like they did that every time, no matter if they were in a, you know, a tag match or a singles match.
Mhm.
And it fit what they were, you know. So yeah, I guess that could be a good one. I would have to think about it like really hard to think of a fourth one, but I think the Shield is a good placeholder for now.